Hey there Internet, Keith here, and welcome to the Cars and Keith YouTube channel. And in this video, we're going to do some Dragy results of my cars. Now this could be a good thing or could be a bad thing. I have some confidence issues in Heidi back here, who, if you know already, I've broken 2 axles on in the past and a diff. I'm afraid to launch her. And Helen, the 440, my wife's car, I'm afraid that it might have a faster 0 to 60 because I'm just afraid to push this car. I really don't do quarter-mile passes or anything like that because it's just a little bit unsafe on regular roads. I don't really go to the drag strip. So this is a undisclosed location near the house out in Mexico, and we're going to see how the car does. I'll show you a little bit how Dragy works a little bit later, but I'm kind of running out of daylight. Heidi here, she's full bolt-on, MHD Stage 2 Plus, XHP Stage 2, so she should do pretty well. Now she does bog a little bit on the low end, and that's what I'm concerned about, but the car's fixing to go under a full engine refresh and some more upgrades as well, so we'll be able to do before and after to see how that is. We're also going to have a dyno before and after to see how that works. But let's see what happens. Before we get any further into the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, check out the link below for the Dragy from Amazon, check out that sunset. Let's go. So we got a hero Heidi here, the straight pipe exhaust from the turbo back. Now I like to stay over here in this little turn lane and kind of turn out so we get a nice little launch this way so we can see in our mirror that somebody's not coming. I don't like to stop in the middle of the road. It's just not really that safe, even though this road is barely ever traveled. I was actually a little bit kind of down, 495. I mean, that's a little, isn't that a little low? But who knows, like, it's more of a comparison. So between the two, we're gonna see, and my son's in the car now, so he's gonna do a couple of runs. Hopefully we don't break an axle. Let's see if he does. That way, if he does, I can hold it over his head the rest of his life. Now, I don't know the results on that one. It didn't seem like a little bit boggish, so we'll see when we go back over the numbers and we show you the replays. But you can hear that bad boy a mile away, right? Now, I did say earlier we were trying to be safe by being in this turn lane here, but when we do come back from this opposite direction, we are in the middle of the road. But, you know, nobody's ever out here. Let's just hear this, though. Really sorry about the lighting, but this is the best time I had to do it, and this is good cold boost weather. Let's go. All right, now quite possibly he could be getting better times than me this whole time. I'm a little skittish because of all the broken axles. He's young, he's 19 years old, so he probably doesn't care as much. But doesn't she sound awesome? All right, so we got Helen out here right now. We're gonna do her 0 to 60. I'm really concerned that she's gonna be better than Heidi. That would be kind of upsetting, but oh well. My son's in the car now. Let's see what happens. Now on the Dragy itself, you actually don't have an on-off button. It's just Bluetooth control. You have a mini USB there to charge it. It comes with a magnetic sticky base that I have set up here at the front window, and it just clicks on there like a magnet. You definitely want to be out front near the windshield to where you get the best GPS signal. So after you download the Dragy app from the App Store, you basically just hit connect, and there you're connected. Now it will ask to download some data. You can skip it or not. I always go ahead and let it go and do its thing. Now if it's your first time, it's actually going to ask you to register, so you'll have to create a username and everything that you can use to post on the leaderboards and all that kind of stuff. So whenever you want to do a full run, just hit the reset button, and then once you do your run, the results will happen here. Now you also have up here a camera option in the upper left hand corner. Then you can also hit camera and camera.
Parking mode on.
And then, well, it's really dark outside. You can see me a little bit, but then you can have yourself there if you want to do some reaction videos. Now after you're backed out of that, you can go to even your leaderboards, and it'll show you leaderboards for the brands and the different American, Japanese, Audis, BMWs. You can see a lot of results here. If you tap BMW, it will give you results of people's best times, even like this month, the month before, and then historically. Then you can go to feed. Feed is like it's just like a social media thing where people make posts. You can follow people just like Instagram. And then under me, you can go in here. That's obviously not my picture, but you have your history, your garage. You can have multiple cars. You can have stats for each car. I have not done that yet. You got your videos here that I recorded for this video that you've seen throughout. Now under history, you can actually go in here and see all of your 0 to 60 runs. You can see my 4.75 that my son did. I did a 4.96 on the way home, and you can see the different runs. There's Helen's fastest one, the 5.11. You can see it'll tell you the slope. There's a negative slope on that one. And then your 0 to 10, 0 to 20, 0 to 30. You can see 0 to 30, 2.14. On the 4.75 my ran, the 0 to 30 was 1.88. But you can also go in here. You can hit the trash can if you want to delete runs that, you know, didn't do well, or, you know, something happened. You can say that one right there, 6.87 isn't very good. And you just hit delete, and then you can delete it out of the way. You can keep your best times in here. You can change your units. So in here, I have it set to where I'm only doing 0 to 60, 60 to 130. Never done one of those because it's just, to me, it's not safe on a regular road. 60 to 0, you have your 1/8 mile and 1/4 mile. If we ever do go to a track, then I'll do that. You can do your temperature in Celsius, unit and metric. So there you go. There are the results. Helen with a 5.11. Once again, my son drove that one. And Heidi over here, a 4.75. Which I think would be a little bit faster if we were able to launch it a little bit better, but even then, just a little bit scared to do it. But once again, my son got that time because he's a little more, he's younger, he doesn't care as much. So I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. She does tend to bog down a little bit on the low end, and she's felt a little bit slower over the years, but she's going to fix it. She bogs off the line a little bit, and you know, she just doesn't feel as fast as she used to. She's got 85,000 miles. She's fixing to go through a full engine refresh. Oh my God. Now she does feel a little boggish on the low end. Now she does feel a little boggish. Now, quite possibly you want it to be towards the. You want it to be out front, near. You want to be out front of the dash near the windows to get the best GPS. Oh my gosh! You definitely want it to be out front. Before we get further into the video, go ahead and hit that. Before we get any further into the video, go ahead and. Before we get any further into the video, go ahead and. Now this is your first time, it will ask you. Now if this is your first time, it will actually ask. Now if you're at, oh my gosh. Now if you're sure.